Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. It is me. It's your boy. This is Cyberwarrior, and you are right here on Cyberwarrior Studios for another amazing Tech Tuesday. That's right. It's Tech Tuesday, and I'm coming at you. Now, I know I'm a little late today, but it took me a little while to figure out A, what I was going to do, and B, I wanted to make sure I had everything right for you guys when we did this. Now, I know normally or lately, I've been doing a lot with Blue Team in Security Onion and things of that nature. But today we're talking about Kali because they just dropped their new 2022.1 distro. All right, and we're also going to cover. So we're going to cover their VMware. We're going to do a little bit of, just kind of looking around and taking a feel for the operating system. And then we're also going to look at how to create a USB. We're also going to be getting into the new ParrotSec distribution that dropped here in the coming weeks as well. So we're going to take a look at that. But today's all about Kali. But before we get started, please, I beg you, go ahead, smash that like button down below. And after you do that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the bell right next to it so you can be notified anytime we go live or upload a new video like this one right here. So without further ado, let's take a look at this. So we have Kali's website, right? And it's kali.org/get-kali. I'm going to put the link in the description below. You have your choices. Like I said, I am going to show you how to do the bare metal one, all right? Or at least how to create the USB for it. But what we're going to take a look at is the VMware, all right? So we're going to go down here, virtual machines, and I already have this 64-bit VMware image. So we're going to extract it, and then we're going to open it with VMware Workstation. If you have VirtualBox, you can do that too, all right? So you're going to get the same distro, just different VM tools and a different way of using it, but it's still going to be Kali. And one of the reasons I don't normally do this is because the default credentials are Kali, and you have to change those, and then of course you can't create your root credentials. Everything's already there, and it's all made as a user, which is great, and that's more secure. But if I'm going to do that, I'm going to install it on a bare metal or from ISO like I normally do. But for this case, we're going to take a look at this. So let's take a look. And like I said, I already have the VMware image. So we have, when it's downloaded, you have a .7z, which is a 7-zip file. Standard Windows does not have a way to extract that. So I also downloaded 7-zip so that I can extract it. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to say 7-zip, and I'm going to say extract files. And it's going to bring up this fun little window. I'm going to go, and I'm going to drop this into my extended storage drive, virtual machines, okay. And it's extracting. So this is going to take a second. Doesn't really take too long to extract it all, but it is going to extract. So while this is extracting, I'm going to go through and I'm going to pull up VMware. Now, as you can see, I have a bunch of operating systems on VMware already. I've got my Security Onion, which we've gone through in previous videos. I've got an older ParrotSec. I've got Ubuntu, and I've got a Windows client. But what we want to do is we're going to do File, Open. And we're going to go to extended storage. We're going to go to the new Kali Linux. We're going to open this VM file. And there it is, Kali Linux 2022.1. So power. Now this comes with all the standard settings that they have set for it. So 2 gigs of RAM, 4 processing cores, 80 gig hard drive, a NAT network adapter. You can change all that information if you want to. It also has the username password right here. So we're going to go through and we're going to power this on. We're just going to say I copied it. So we're going to load in. And now they say there's a new layout, a bunch of new things here. The other thing you can't do with the VMware is you can't choose upon install or starting it what your desktop environment is, but that's okay. Because for our purposes, we're not really looking at the desktop environment per se. We're going to go through and see kind of what the new tools are and everything like that. So we're going to log in. And from here, we're going to just take a gander at what they have. All right. So they did the menus. I like how they added these icons. All right. I think they came around a few distributions ago, a few versions, but I do like the icons. Don't get it wrong. Can't go wrong with having icons to look at things. And the one thing about Kali that they always do is they do have commonly used programs, but then you can also break it down further. right? So you have 802.11, you have Bluetooth. So things that may or may not get used on a regular basis. I love Reaver as a WPS cracking tool. Another thing that I love is AirCrack. It's something I used years ago, but with some of the newer tools I haven't needed to. Wi-Fi builds in AirCrack and Reaver tools, so it can crack WPS and things of that nature. Password attacks. Like I said, you guys, anybody who's looking at Kali should already know what some of these tools are. Definitely not all of them. It's just way too many. But you should know what some of them are at the very least. Like John the Ripper, Hashcat, looking at wireless attacks. If you're doing wireless attacks and don't know what AirCrack is, you should probably go do some research if you're going to be doing wireless attacks and understand what AirCrack is and how those tools work. AirCrack, AeroMon, AeroDump, Air Replay. There's a few of them out there that are all in that suite of tools. Sniffing, so you've got Wireshark, Responder, NetSniff. I've used some of these. I haven't used them all. I'm not going to lie. It all depends on what you're trying to do at that point in time, whether you're doing a pen test or a red team engagement. All these tools can come into play. Post-exploitation, of course, Mimikatz is here. X to Hex, or EXE to Hex, however you want to say it. Proxy Chains 4. Proxy Chain is amazing. If you haven't used Proxy Chains yet, go ahead out there, find a lab environment that allows you to pivot between machines, and Proxy Chains will actually allow you to tunnel your traffic and do a lot of the things that you would have to do that you do with SSH. Okay. PowerShell Empire, another amazing one. And you got your web backdoors, tunneling and exfiltration, P-tunnel, Proxy Chains, like I said, DNS to TCP. What else we got here? OS backdoors. So you got PowerSploit. So there's a lot of tools here. Now this isn't all of them. They do have a distro, and I'll show you that here in a second, that you can download that allows you to do everything. All right. They have one that is meant for more offline use, and it has all of their tools installed. And they in the verbiage they even say it's like over a 9 gig file. So the distro is huge. But for someone who maybe isn't going to be online all the time or use it more on red team engagements where you don't want to be going out downloading and uploading tools or updating tools on a regular basis, or when you're on someone else's network, it is something that may be nice to have on a laptop that you're using on the side. Not necessarily something you want that's going to be online all the time or in constant use. So I like the way this layout is. I like their desktop environment. I like, the icons and, forensics. I've always liked forensic tools, bin walk, autopsy, bulk extractor. These are all good tools. So there's a lot here that you can look through. And again, here's the thing about these security distributions that I want you to understand. And please understand this completely. There are a lot of tools here that you are never going to use. There's a lot of tools here that you may use once in a while. So that's why you will see a lot of people build their own custom distros. And it's not necessarily they're trying to replicate Kali or whatever. What they do is they take something like a Debian base or Ubuntu or, even Arch Linux or any other countless distributions of Linux out there. And they'll add the repos like the Kali Linux repo or the ParrotSec repo or the BlackArch repo. And they'll put those in as the repositories for their programs that they're adding and removing so that they can take a smaller operating system like a base Debian or a base Arch and only install on it what they actually need, all right? And then they can remove it or they can add more or whatever the case may be. So these tools, Kali, ParrotSec, BlackArch, and there's a few others. There's a few others out there. I can't remember what they all are, but they come with a lot of tools and they are very bloated in that sense, but they are very good for people that don't want to have to constantly install their own tools or don't have a script or anything written down or in GitHub of the tools that they use. So this makes it easier for them to just go in there, see if it's there. If it's not there, they can install it later on. So it's awesome in that regard. But again, don't be afraid to use something like an Ubuntu or like Debian or Arch or Pop OS or whatever you want to use, and just add the repos for the tools if you're going to turn it into more of a security distribution. So Saying that, like I said, this is a little bit of a walkthrough of Kali. They did change the prompt a little bit. This actually reminds me more of the ParrotSec prompt that's been around for years. They do this a lot, so their prompts have changed. And later on down the line, we'll get into some more things with your security distributions. I plan on remaking my my Metasploit video on how to use that and configure it on the newer distributions, as well as showing you some of the differences between Kali Linux and ParrotSec. So we'll play with that as well. But before we go, I did promise to show you how to make a bootable USB. So we'll go here and we'll act like we're in the beginning. We'll click bare metal. Now I have a 64-bit system. I don't have an Apple M1 or something like that. So of course I downloaded this 64-bit ISO. Now what they do tell you to do, and one of the things you will do, is you get a tool that can go USB or ISO to USB. I use Belina Etcher. It's actually the one recommended by Kali. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull that up real quick. And the nice thing about Belina Etcher is it's very easy, very fast. So we're going to flash from file. We're going to choose this ISO. We're going to open. And we're going to select our target. We're going to select this PNY. There's two there. It's a previously, I've used it previously for other distributions and other things that I do. I'm going to end up writing over it again even after I do this and get this installed. So we're going to use that and we're going to hit flash. And so it gave me that fun little prompt for, do you want to do this? Yes, I do. But saying that, I'm going to let this go and I will be back as soon as it's done. All right, we're back. And like I said, this is just about done before it finishes. And before we end this episode, make sure you like, comment, subscribe down below because we love you. And I take all your comments and things that you want to learn, things that you want to know about, and I try to bring them to you every week. Don't forget, check out Motivation Monday every Monday. And go ahead and check out Security Happy Hour every Friday. We are live for Security Happy Hour. If you want to be a guest on that, please go ahead to cyberwarriorstudios.com. Link down below in the description. And you can see all the way you can support us as well as how you can contact us so that you can be on the show. So please do not hesitate to go through and do that. I'd love to have you on the show if you are so inclined. We are also live on Thursdays, and I want to put this out there. Eric Bellardo Cyber does some awesome videos, puts out great news. I let him do all the news, all right? He takes over for that. But we are also live on there every Thursday for new battlefields. So check this card that's right up here. It's going to be actually right up there, all right, up in the corner. And it's going to have the link for new Eric Bellardo Cyber and new battlefields. But while we're waiting, like I said, one last time before this finishes validating, go ahead, hit that like button down below. Please hit that like button. Make sure you comment. If you don't comment, I don't know how you feel about these. And go ahead and hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. Also, all the ways you can follow us: Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn now. There's a LinkedIn page for Cyber Warrior Studios, Instagram, all that is in the description below. So make sure you check that out. And as soon as this gets done, we will validate it. I'll show you that it's done, and then we'll be ready to rock and roll. All right, as this is just about done validating, like I said, we're going to let it finish. 3, 2, 1, and it's done. So finishing that up, and then I'm going to go ahead, show you the USB drive, and we'll be good to go. Flash complete. Nope, we don't want to flash another. We already got it. All we want to do is we want to come up here, and we want to see our flash drive. Then shop. Let me get it for you. So we want File Explorer. Let's see if it'll show up this time. They're going to make me unplug it and plug it back in. Bastards. Plug this. Plug it back in. Oh, wait. I know why. Connect to the host. There we go. See, this is what happens. You forget things. But as you can see, here's our EFI, our boot, so that we can load in to booting Kali. So we'll take a look at that next time. If there's any issues, if you have any issues with Belina Etcher or making your bootable drive, please let us know. Leave it in the comments. And if I have any issues when we go and do the video of doing a bare metal install, I'll let you know that as well. But otherwise, look, it's been fun. It's a great episode. Please, again, like, comment, subscribe down below, and I will see you all next time.